The small town of Hallowbrook was never the same after the night the stars fell. It started with a single, flickering light in the sky, a star that seemed to pulse like a living thing. Within a week, dozens more followed, each descending from the heavens and burying themselves deep into the earth. The townsfolk gathered around the smoldering craters, whispering prayers and fearing the worst. But nothing could have prepared them for what came next. The first box appeared in the town square. It was sleek and black, adorned with symbols that shimmered like the night sky. No one knew where it came from, but its presence was magnetic. People felt an inexplicable pull, as though the box called to them by name. The mayor, a stout man with a voice like thunder, was the first to touch it. He pressed his palm against the surface, and the box opened with a sound that echoed like a sigh from the universe itself. When the mayor emerged from the box, he was changed. His eyes gleamed with an otherworldly light, and his voice carried a hollow resonance. He spoke of visions, of galaxies collapsing, of worlds born from ash, of a cosmos that hummed with a single, haunting melody. The townsfolk were both terrified and fascinated. One by one, they stepped forward, drawn by the box's promise of cosmic secrets. But the box lied. The second person to enter was a young girl named Alara. She returned with her eyes black as coal, her skin pale and stretched taut over her bones. She didn't speak of visions. Instead, she screamed. She screamed of darkness that moved, of shadows that whispered her name, of a void that clawed at her soul. Her parents found her the next morning, catatonic in her bed, clutching a small, glowing stone that pulsed with the same rhythm as the fallen stars. Still, the box remained. It didn't demand anything. It simply waited. By the end of the week, half the town had entered the box. Some returned with knowledge that no human should ever possess, of distant civilizations and the birth of time itself. Others came back broken, their minds shattered by horrors beyond comprehension, and some never returned at all. The town was divided. Some saw the box as a blessing, a gateway to the divine. Others saw it as a curse, a portal to madness and despair. But no one could ignore it. The box had become the heart of Hallowbrook, its presence as unavoidable as the sun in the morning. Then one night, the stars stopped falling. The box, once a magnet for the town's desires and fears, fell silent. Its surface, once warm to the touch, grew cold. The symbols faded, and the box seemed to shrink, as though it had fulfilled its purpose. But the damage was done. The town was forever changed. Those who had entered the box were no longer the same. They gathered in secret, whispering of cosmic truths and sharing the stones they had been given. The stones, it turned out, were fragments of the stars themselves, pieces of a universe that was dying. And then the singing began. It started as a low hum, a vibration that resonated through the ground. It grew louder, swelling into a chorus of voices that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere. The singers were the ones who had entered the box, their voices blending in a harmony that was both beautiful and terrifying. They sang of the end of all things, of a cosmos that would soon unravel into silence. The rest of the town barricaded themselves indoors, praying for dawn. But the singing only grew louder until it became a single, deafening note that shattered windows and rattled bones. And when it stopped, the town was still. The next morning, the box was gone. The craters where the stars had fallen were empty, save for the stones that glowed faintly in the grass. The townsfolk emerged from their homes, blinking in the bright sunlight. But something was wrong. The sky was different. The stars were gone, and in their place was a single, flickering light, pulsing, waiting, calling.